Hello all, welcome back to B2A NWLAB. Today is the fourth day of switching concept. Yesterday I covered BTP and trunking protocol and today I will cover SVI. So in this lab, yesterday I covered BTP and trunking. So yesterday I have taken uh, core switch as a BTP server and BTP client as ASW1 and BTP transparent as ASW2. So today I will cover SVI. SVI stands for Switch Virtual Interface. It is used for LAN gateway, and we can configure SVI on layer 3 switches or multi-layer switches. Also, it's called inter VLAN routing for connected to different VLANs with the help of Switch Virtual Interface. So let's create a lab so it will be better understanding. So our task is create a required VLAN on all the switches and ship port in the VLAN. So as we have already configured the VLAN in our switches, assign IP address and gateway to the end user machine. So I think this part I have not configured it, so I have to configure. So let's access the switch ASW1. So I have already access switch ASW1. So let's verify the config. So VLAN is the command to verify VLANs and assign port. So as you see, there is no assigned port in the VLANs. Okay. So first I will assign the port as per the diagram. I will assign few ports in this VLANs. Okay. So as per the diagram, we have to assign these 3 ports in VLAN 10. Okay. So let's config the interface, and if you want to go configure multiple port in one command, you have to use range. Interface range E0 by 0 to E0 by 2. Sorry, E0 by 2. Okay, so I have to use interface range E00 and 2, so it will be select the port, switch port access VLAN 10, switch port mode access, switch port mode access. Okay, let's verify on ASW2, as ASW2 is our also switch which few VLANs are connected like HR and sales and IT. Okay, so let's verify here. Before verifying, I have to configure these 3 also. Okay, so in ASW1, just to exit interface range E0 by 3, E0 by 3 and comma is E1 by 0, E1 by 0 comma E1 by 1, E1 by 1. Okay, switch port access VLAN 20, switch port access, switch port mode access. Okay, and there are 3 more ports which are part of sales VLAN. Okay, so I have to configure also this interface range the port is not showing properly. E1 by 2, E1 by 3. Okay, E1 by 2 to 3 comma E2 by 0. If it is in different port, so you have to use the comma. And switch port access VLAN 30, switch port mode access. Okay, so in VT in like ASW2 I have to configure the same, but only need to change the port. Let's verify first. Enable, so VLAN. Okay, so there is no port in the VLAN, so I have to configure config T interface range E0 by 0 and 1. So for this VLAN, HR VLAN, E00 and E01 is the part of VLAN 10. Sorry, switch port access VLAN 10. Switch port access VLAN 10. Access VLAN does not exist. Okay, so it is a transparent mode, so I have to change this transparent to client mode, because in transparent mode they don't have the VLANs. So let's verify before we need to exit. So VLAN, so if you see the VLAN is created, but yeah, we have to take it from VTP config T. Let's change VTP mode client, so it will configure. Let's verify. So VLAN, so yeah, if you see the VLAN 1020 scheme and 30 scheme also, so I have to configure the same. So I have changed this. Let's rename, otherwise confuse. Client. So now I have to assign the port SW2 interface. Now I have to assign these two interface range E0 by 2 set 3 switch port access VLAN 20 and to exit interface range Ethernet E1 by 0 to 1. Okay, switch port access VLAN 30. Okay, so I have assigned all the required port to the VLANs. Okay, let's verify. So VLAN, so if you see here, so all the ports are part of the VLANs. Okay, let's verify an ASW1. So VLAN, okay, so this also have the part of VLANs. Okay, now the third steps, enable IP routing in multi-layer switch. So let's go on core layer, multi-layer switch, enable config T config T and IP routing is the command to enable the routing. IP routing you need to enable. Okay, for work as L3 switch. Okay, and the fourth step is configure SVI on multi-layer switch. So let's configure SVI. So we have 3 VLANs, so I will configure 3 SVI. Okay, so how? So interface VLAN 10 for IP address 192.168.10.100.255.255.255.0, because this is the 10 is the 192.168.10.0/24 range, so that's why I have taken 10.100 is the gateway. Okay, so I have to put enter and no set is the command to enable. Okay, and for same I have to do like interface VLAN 20 and will take as 20.100 no set. Let's create for 30 as well. So as you see, VLAN 20 is changed up to, and let's configure 30. No set. So SVI already configured. So SVI already configured. So for VLAN 10, I have created the gateway for 10.100 and 20 for 20.100 and 30 for 30.100. Okay. So let's here I am making note pictures line VLAN 10 gateway GW gateway 192.168 10.100 VLAN 20 gateway 192.168 20.100 VLAN 30 gateway 192.168 30.100. So these three gateway configured on our layer 3 switch for this. Okay, and let's the next step, configure SVI. So it's done. Configure trunk on the connected switch port. So let's verify this trunk port is available or not. So I think we have, because we have already configured yesterday. So let's verify. So for verifying trunk, so interface trunk is the command. So see, E0 by 0, it is already in trunking, and the passing VLAN traffic is 10, 20 and 30. Let's verify on access layer 1. So interface trunk. So if you see here, there is 2 port of trunking because 2 by 2 and 2 by 1 is the trunking port, and it is allowing VLAN 10, 20, 30. Okay, let's verify on SW3. So interface trunk. So here it is trunking allowed already in this port E1 by 2, and the VLAN allowed is 10, 20, 30. Okay, so our next step is configure trunk on this already completed. Verify connectivity on 2 different VLANs, but I have not configured assign IP addresses and gateway to the end user machine. So let's configure end user machine gateway. So for that, I have taken one real environment PC. So in this, let's verify the IP config. So if you see here, I have not configured any gateway, so I have to configure gateway. 192.168.10.100 is the gateway. Click OK, 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 and let's configure on the other end also. Other end means like 10.2. So 10.2 I have already taken in here 10.2. So if you see here the IP, so IP, so there is no gateway, there is wrong configured the gateway. Okay, in subnet mask it is taking gateway, so I will configure the gateways. IP 192.168 10.2 and subnet mask 255.255.250 and gateway is 192.168 10.100. Let's verify. Yeah, now it is showing the gateway is 10.8. Okay, so I can save the config. Okay, and in VLAN 20 I will configure one gateway. So here IP 192.168 20.1 255 255 255 0 192.168 20.100 is the gateway. So yeah, it's let's save. And 20.5 I can configure here also. IP 192.168.20.5 255 0 192.168.20.100. Save. And let's check on 30.5. So I can configure here 192.168 30.5 192.168 30.100 is the, sorry, before that I have to put subnet mask 255 0 192.168 30.100. Save the config. Okay, so let's verify the reachability. Just I want to check reachability from VLAN 10 to VLAN 20. So I can ping, let's try to ping it to 168 10 dot sorry 20 dot 20.1 is the active for now. So let's ping 20.1. Yeah, so if you see, the reachability is okay. The first packet is dropped because it is going to the switch, and switch will check the MAC address. So if you again verify, it will not any drop. So yeah, all the packet are reaching to this. Let's verify the 30.5 gateway. As of now, it is in different switch, so it should be also ping because the trunk is configured and all. So let's try to ping 30.5 30.5. So one packet it's maybe drop. Yeah, so if you see here, the reachability is okay. Right now it's okay. Okay, so let's again verify. Yeah, it's okay, so there is no drop in this. Okay, so let's cross verify with other one. I have to verify from 30.5 to 10.1. Ping 192.168 10.1. So the first packet it should be drop. I'm not getting 192.168 10.1. Okay, so let's. So BPC sometimes getting problem. So let's open the real PC. It will take some time, but yeah. It is taking hardly 1 minute to up. Now I opened one another PC which is connecting to sales VLAN, PC number 3rd. Okay, so because it is a real-time PC, Windows 7 PC. So if you see here, so I connected here and I tried ping from here to 10.1. It's pingable, right? So both sides it's pingable. 10.1, if you see, it's pingable. And I can also try it from BPC. Now it's also pingable. Let's try. Yeah, so if you see here from BPC, it's also pingable, right? So means both side reachability is okay. From VLAN 10 member are reaching to VLAN 30, and VLAN 30 member are reaching to VLAN 10. So both side communication is happening. I hope you are enjoyed in this video. So thank you for watching.